Grayson Murray was one of the youngest champions on the PGA Tour. At just 16 years old, he made the cut on the PGA's developmental Korn Ferry Tour, becoming the second youngest to do so. Everything seemed to be going great for him. But then, on Saturday, May 25th, we got the devastating news that he had committed suicide. Yes, this talented and handsome man who had fame, achievements, a loving family, and so many reasons to live took his own life. Can you imagine how tough things must have been for him to make that decision? Some of you might think it was because of a recent loss or a fight with his family or fiancée, but no, the real reason will shock you. Stay with us until the end to find out what really happened. Every suicide has a reason, even if it's not always obvious. Sometimes we have to dig deep to find the truth. So let's take a journey through the life of Grayson Murray. His story in golf began when he was just 8 years old, swinging his first club in Raleigh, North Carolina. From the get-go, his natural talent shone brightly, and he quickly made a name for himself in junior golf. By the age of 12, he had already won his first major title, the Junior World Championship in San Diego, back in 2006. And this was no fluke. Grayson defended his title successfully in 2007 and 2008, proving his dominance in the sport. As he moved into his teenage years, Grayson's golf skills only got better. His incredible talent earned him a spot at Wake Forest University, famous for its golf program. But finding the right fit wasn't easy. He spent some time at Wake Forest, then transferred to East Carolina University to keep honing his game. Eventually, he ended up at Arizona State University, which turned out to be a crucial move for his golfing career. At each of these schools, Grayson competed hard, constantly improving and gaining valuable experience. Turning professional was the natural next step for Grayson, and he jumped into it with full force. His hard work paid off in a big way at the 2017 Barbasol Championship in Kentucky. He was just 23 when he secured his first PGA Tour victory. This win was especially sweet, not just because it was his first, but because it came after years of fierce competition and personal growth. The Barbasol Championship was a major milestone, showing that Grayson had both the talent and the determination to make it at the highest level of golf. From his early days in junior golf, winning 3 consecutive Junior World Championships, to his college career at 3 major universities, and finally his breakthrough win at the Barbasol Championship, Grayson's journey was all about hard work and relentless pursuit of excellence. But if Grayson's life was full of achievements, what could have made him feel like he didn't want to live anymore? It's a huge decision, and a sensible person always thinks 100 times before making it. And that makes it evident that Grayson was struggling with mental issues that clouded his judgment. And that was the first reason for his tragic decision. Despite his early success on the golf course, Grayson faced significant struggles off it. His battle with alcoholism and mental health issues was well known, casting a shadow over his career. These problems started to emerge during his early professional years, affecting both his performance and his personal life. One of the toughest times for him was during the 2021 Sony Open. His struggles reached a peak when he was suspended after an incident at a bar in Hawaii. Grayson later admitted on social media, "Why was I drunk? Because I'm an alcoholic that hates everything to do with the PGA Tour, life, and that's my scapegoat." This public confession showed just how deep his struggles were and brought his issues into the spotlight. Grayson didn't hide his mental health battles. He talked openly about his struggles with depression and anxiety, acknowledging how these issues made life on the PGA Tour even more challenging. In interviews, he often discussed the difficulties of maintaining mental well-being while constantly traveling and competing at the highest level. His honesty about these challenges struck a chord with many, shedding light on the often overlooked mental health struggles of professional athletes. The impact on Grayson's personal life was huge. His family, especially his parents, Eric and Terry Murray, were deeply affected by his battles. In a heartfelt interview, Grayson shared that his parents had been through hell and back basically for the last 6 years because of his mental health struggles. Despite these challenges, Grayson showed incredible resilience. He continued to compete and even used his platform to help others. In January 2024, Grayson Murray scored a remarkable and emotional victory at the Sony Open in Honolulu. This wasn't just another trophy for his collection, it marked a huge turning point in his life and career. After a tough 6.5-year winless streak, his triumph at the Sony Open showed his resilience and determination to overcome his personal demons. The importance of this victory can't be overstated. Since his last win at the Barbasol Championship in 2017, Grayson faced many challenges, both on and off the course. Those winless years were filled with struggles, especially his battles with alcoholism and mental health issues. Winning the Sony Open broke that long, dry spell and showed his ability to rise above the adversity that had haunted him for so long. Grayson's personal reflections on this journey give us a deeper understanding of his struggles and triumphs. In his post-victory interview, he shared how tough the past years had been. "It took me a long time to get to this point," he admitted. "There were times when I wanted to give up on myself, give up on the game of golf, and even give up on life." These words showed just how deep his struggles were and the immense effort it took to overcome them. His honesty about his journey through alcoholism and mental health issues struck a chord with many, shedding light on the often hidden battles faced by professional athletes. A big part of Grayson's comeback was the unwavering support of his family. His parents, Eric and Terry Murray, stood by him through his darkest times. In various interviews, Grayson talked about how important his family was to his recovery and return to competitive golf. "My parents have been my #1 supporters," he said. "They've been through hell and back with me over the last 6 years, fighting some mental stuff. Their constant support and belief in him gave him the foundation he needed to rebuild his life and career." But it wasn't just his family. Grayson's support system included friends, fellow players, and even fans. He often talked about the encouraging messages he got through social media, which helped him stay motivated. This network of support was crucial in helping him stay sober and manage his mental health. So what was the real reason behind Grayson Murray's suicide? Well, it can be seen in the final days leading up to his tragic death. His performance at the Charles Schwab Challenge gave us a glimpse into his troubled state of mind. The tournament, held in late May 2024 at the Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas, was supposed to be another chance for Grayson to show off his talent, but things took a turn no one expected. On May 24th, 2024, Grayson played the opening round of the Charles Schwab Challenge, shooting a solid 68. The next day, though, his performance fell apart. By the 16th hole of the second round, Grayson was 5 over par, coming off 3 consecutive bogeys. His frustration was clear, and he decided to withdraw from the tournament, citing illness. This sudden withdrawal was unusual for him, and raised alarms among those close to him. In the days leading up to his death, people close to Grayson noticed signs of distress. His parents later revealed they were worried about his mental state. Grayson had been open about his battles with depression and anxiety, but recent events had made his struggles worse. Despite his victory at the Sony Open, keeping his mental health in check was a constant challenge. Friends and family described him as being in a fragile state, trying to handle the pressures of professional golf while dealing with his personal demons. The news of Grayson's death deeply affected fellow players and PGA Tour officials. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan issued a heartfelt statement on May 25, 2024, expressing his sorrow. "We were devastated to learn and heartbroken to hear that PGA Tour player Grayson Murray passed away this morning," Monahan said. "I am at a loss for words. The PGA Tour is a family, and when you lose a member of your family, you are never the same. We mourn Grayson and pray for comfort for his loved ones." Monahan flew to Texas to be with the players, emphasizing how much Grayson's death impacted the entire golfing community. The grief and support from fellow players were immediate and profound. On Sunday, May 26, 2024, during the final round of the Charles Schwab Challenge, many players paid tribute to Grayson by wearing black and red pins on their caps. These colors honored the Carolina Hurricanes, Grayson's favorite NHL team. This gesture was a touching tribute, showing solidarity and remembrance for a beloved colleague. Scottie Scheffler, who tied for second at Colonial, spoke about how hard it was to compete under such tragic circumstances. "Obviously, it was pretty difficult to come play golf," Scheffler said. but like his parents said, he would have wanted the tournament to continue. The sense of loss was clear among the players, many of whom had shared personal moments and competitive rounds with Grayson over the years. Grayson's first coach, Ted Keegiel, also shared his devastation in a statement to the Associated Press. "Words cannot express the tragedy of this moment," Keegiel said. "Grayson came from something that was ordinary and made it extraordinary. He burned bright for the 30 years he gave us." These final days showed the stark contrast between Grayson's public persona as a talented golfer and his private struggles with mental health. The pressures and expectations faced by professional golfers are immense, and for Grayson Murray, these pressures were no exception. The life of a professional golfer isn't just about playing the game. It's a relentless cycle of competitions, travel, and constant scrutiny. Professional golfers like Grayson are expected to stay in peak physical and mental shape, perform consistently at high levels, and often sacrifice personal time and well-being. Grayson's struggles with these expectations were well known, and they took a toll on his mental health. It's a deeply tragic loss, and our hearts go out to his loved ones during this tough time. Remember, if you're struggling mentally, please talk to someone and seek help. No one should face it alone. If you want to stay updated with news like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel.